So, welcome to the Energy Star Talk, Dua Lipa. How are you today?
I'm really, really good. I'm really excited.
And welcome to Germany. We are very sorry for the beautiful weather outside, grey
It's
and
okay.
rainy.
I mean, I'm from London, so we get this all the time.
Yeah, and you've been on. Which stop is it already for your German tour?
It's right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've done Dublin, I've done Manchester, I've done London, I've done, Belgium, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, and now Berlin. Now I've got 5 shows in Germany.
And how many German words did you pick up today?
Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch.
Which is perfect.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it's good. For the start, I've got a really easy question here for you because we're meeting you for the first time with very easy questions. The first one is your full name, please.
Dua Lipa.
No middle name?
No middle name.
Me neither. So
No?
No middle name.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty common in London to have a middle name. In Albanian, my brother has a middle name, but he's the only one that does. So it's not, that's it. It's not short for anything. That's it, first name and surname.
And your place of birth?
London.
And do you think you're more British or more Albanian?
I always find that really hard to answer because I feel like I belong to both places. It's quite, I don't know. I feel like whenever anybody asks me, I say London via Kosovo.
And with 15 years, you moved back to London all on your own, and that sounds really, really like a hard time. How did you feel at that time?
For me, it was really exciting because I was like, I got to live on my own. This is going to be great. And it was really fun. I had friends over all the time, and it was just like, it was a really exciting time until I came to the point where I realized that I had to look after myself. And there was no one to do any tidying up behind me, no one to do my dishes, no one to clean my clothes. And I was like, okay, I'm an adult now. I have to actually get up and do this. And, you know, kind of when you come to the realization that you have to grow up, is kind of scary. But it's definitely made me who I am, and I feel like I became very independent at a very young age. And yeah, you know, it's a part of me now.
And next easy question now, after you're growing up. The first record you bought?
Well, first record I got given was Nelly Furtado, Whoa Nelly. And I say I got given because I was too young to buy a record then with my own money at the time. But it's like the record that I remember like so well, and it was like an album that I would listen to over and over again because I liked the sound of it, not because I understood what she was saying, but just because it was fun to listen to it. And then the same thing happened to the Pink Misunderstood album, and as I grew up older, I still listened to the same 2 albums over and over again, and they started making more sense and they became more relevant to my life. And yeah, they're 2 artists that I really, really admire.
And the first concert you've been to?
I was 14, and it was Method Man and Redman in Kosovo.
But it's a cool one.
It is a really cool one.
I've got Bryan Adams.
That's all right.
Could have been worse, but
I
but
mean,
cool
people
one.
still go to his concert.
Yeah.
So it's a good one.
And your favorite TV show?
It's a hard one. I've just finished binge watching Stranger Things, and that's amazing. But Breaking Bad is up there with my favorites.
And do you have hobbies and talents apart from the music?
It's hard because my whole life, music was my hobby, and now my hobby has become my job, which is the best thing in the world. But I like to go boxing, and I find it fun, and sometimes it's just like, it's another way for me to like let things out. And, exercising is so boring, so boxing is fun.
Great fun. I'm doing it as well.
You
Doing
are?
Thai boxing.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's fun. You just it's just good.
My teacher always complains like, don't dance, just punch it in the face. And coming from the talents to the bad habits, do you have any?
God, bad habits. Yeah, I mean, like every person, everyone has bad habits. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. No, I'm joking. I feel like, I used to smoke a lot, and I've had to like stop because I was losing my voice a lot before I had to go on stage. And I guess habits die hard. So the second I feel like I've got any days off, I always want a cigarette, which is really bad. But, I try and be as good as possible. And I've always got a bad habit of not sleeping on time. So I stay up until late, and then in the morning I regret it all the time. Yeah.
And coming now to your music, your dad is a musician. I guess that's kind of, you were growing up in a musical family. So was it always clear for you that you wanted to do music as a profession?
I was always surrounded by it, and I was always very, very fascinated by it, from seeing like pop stars on TV and being like, oh my God, that's so cool. But it being nothing further than what you can just see on the TV screen, because I never really thought it was something like a possibility that I could actually pursue. It was always something that when teachers asked me what I wanted to do, I'd be like, oh, I want to be a singer, but never really knowing that it was something that I can actually live to do. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It kind of seemed like magic in a way, and yeah.
And and did you ever had a plan B, or when was the point that you noticed, oh, I can do that for a living?
Well, I was working as a hostess in a restaurant for a while, and I got a manager, and I started going to the studio every day. And it was only when because I was like writing songs, and I was like, yeah, this is fun, but I was still doing my normal everyday job as well. And when I signed my deal, I was told, oh, you can quit your job now. And I was like, what do you mean I can quit my job? I don't have to go to the restaurant anymore and then work until like 2 a.m. and then go to bed and then wake up for studio. Like, it just seemed so surreal and so crazy that waking up, going to the studio, writing songs was my job. And that's when I started taking it really, really seriously. And I was like, okay, this is what I get to do, and I'm not going to let anyone take this away from me. So.
And what has changed the most in your life since Be The One?
I've become extremely busy. I never spend more than a couple days in one place. I've seen so many different places I've never been before. I feel like I do something for the first time every day, which is not a bad way to live. I really enjoy it. I'm having such a great time, and it's just been so exciting this whole year has been so different for me. I've done so many different things, and I don't know, it's just been really special. It's been an unforgettable year. And
because we saw fans already waiting for you to play the show tonight, does it often happen to you that people recognize you on the street?
It happens occasionally. Not that often. I think it's just kind of like starting out. It's like you see it kind of happen more so as time goes on, and it's really exciting for me because right now the people that recognize me are fans that actually know every single song, and it's really exciting because they always have so much to tell you when they meet you, and it's really nice. I'm very grateful for my fans. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because of them, and I try and make as much time as I can to see them. Like, I went out earlier and I see them, and I always see them after my shows, and I like to see what they thought of the show or what they liked, what song was their favorite, what they think is very important to me.
And after Be the One and Hotter Than Hell, do you already know what's going to be the third single here in Germany?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I do, but I always like to keep things a secret. It's always so much more fun for me to kind of like announce it like a week before and be like, look, this is what's happening. Everyone get excited because I'm so excited and I can't, I've been waiting for such a long time to show people. It's one of those, I love surprises, and it's exciting to see people get as excited as me when it comes to like releasing something. So it's one of my favorite moments. So I try and keep it a secret for as long as possible.
And the album is coming out in February. And is it already finished?
It'll be finished in 2 weeks' time.
So you didn't have it already in your hand?
I mean, I did, and then it came to the point where after I'd been traveling for such a long time and going to the studio, going to festivals and kind of living this craziness, that I felt like I needed to write more, and I felt like I had more to say, and I felt like I just didn't want to finish it without giving it just one more try to see if I had anything I wanted to add on to it. So yeah, I don't know, I just felt like there was room for more, and now I feel like I'm ready.
And when you think about the album, what are you the most proud of? Not necessarily a song or something.
The album as a whole, I'm really proud of it. It's because it's I only get one chance as doing a debut album, so it's my best work for that I've done these past few years. And I don't know, it's exciting. I feel like through music I've been able to open up a lot. I've learned a lot more about myself through writing and through music, things that I didn't know I had in me that really came out, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud to be able to open up, and sure, there are so many things that as people we're scared to talk about, or we're not ready to. I feel like slowly I'll be able to do that too, but it's really brought me closer to so many different people. The fact of being able to really open up and see people relate to things that you're saying, that I'm really, really grateful for.
And next month you're coming as well, after your show in a few days in Hamburg. You're coming back to us, to Germany and to Hamburg, to play an Energy Live session.
Yeah.
Just a concert just for your fans. And have you ever been to Hamburg before?
I have been to Hamburg before, and I really enjoyed it. I actually made sure that, because I hate kind of going to places and feeling like I haven't actually been there. When you just kind of go into a concert venue, perform, and you have to leave. I always try and make sure and see something every time I go somewhere, so then I have something to tell people. And Hamburg was one of those places where I was sending pictures to all my friends going, oh my God, look at this. It was just like, I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. And, it kind of sparked me resemblance of like Amsterdam, but also it was really lively. And it was, I think the day I went, it was a bank holiday. So it was a Monday, and it was really busy, and the city really, really came alive, and it was really nice.
And is there something that you usually do before going on stage, a ritual or something?
I get quite nervous before I go on stage, so I try and take my mind off everything that's about to happen. It's not just nervousness, it's like adrenaline rush and excitement of what's about to happen and entering this like unknown, that I try and just relax with a cup of tea and just be like, just try and talk about everything but the show, and just kind of start fresh. Every show is just so different.
And you're playing in the Übel und Gefährlich, which means it's a really cool underground club. It means mean and dangerous.
Oh, wow. I like the sound of that.
And what does
How do you say it in German?
Übel und Gefährlich.
Übel und gefährlich?
Und gefährlich. Nee, übel und gefährlich. Für unsere Live-Session.
For the live session.
For the live-session.
Mojo is where my show is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to know two
different. Okay.
Mojo is really cool too.
So. Yeah, so I walked past it when I went down like just the main strip.
Really cool. And what does it mean for you to choose perform in smaller and cozier locations? Like, you know, the Übungsgefährlich is really a, you know, a cool underground clubby thing.
It's nice, you know. You get to see everyone in the crowd, which really makes it, you know, you feel like you become one, and it's really nice. You get to see their facial expressions properly, which is always really, really interesting. And you know, right now most of my shows are very intimate, and I enjoy it so much. Obviously, my goal is one day to be able to perform in like really, really big arenas, maybe one day. But there's nothing quite like performing in a small room and like really feeling the heat of being in there.
And as I'm also collecting questions from the Hamburg Morning Show,
Okay.
Mats and Stevie, you did the IDs for. We're asking, what do you eat for breakfast usually?
2 boiled eggs, really, and then just like a banana or something.
And could you imagine to wake up early as they are at 4 a.m. in the morning? Are you an early bird or?
I'm not a morning person. I have to be, because I have to wake up quite early for most things. But you know, when I have to wake up and do like breakfast TV really early, it's not my favorite time of the morning.
And how is it to sing then, for example?
It's quite hard, because I feel like, especially if I'm like working until late the night before and then I have to wake up early, it makes it quite tough. My body hasn't quite woken up yet, so trying to wake my voice up makes it a bit harder. But it's doable. Everything's doable.
So we're really looking forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so
in
much.
Hamburg, and thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you, of course.
And have
This
fun
is so
tonight.
fun. Thank you. Hey, this is Lipa, and I'm really, really excited to come down and do a performance of the Energy live session in Hamburg on November the 23rd. See you there. Mwah.